Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, guys? Koreytrades back here with another journal entry, man, for the day. Um, Not gonna lie, today was a rough day. It was a pretty rough day for me. As you can see, back down to 5,300 across my 5 accounts as of right now. Going back into the what we did on the day, lost 2.5 on the day. I mean, it was tough. Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, there's really kind of no else to put it. I had a bad day. I didn't tilt as much as I thought I would, which is I count that as a win in my book. So basically, it's like a break even from what I did yesterday. I lost today, so I'm technically still up on the week. So I'll take that as of right now, as long as I do okay tomorrow and don't tilt. I say tilt. I didn't really tilt today. I followed my rules. It's just there's some things that I learned from today that should help me on future trades, which I'll take. I mean, learning a lesson is better than not, knowing what you did wrong and what you can do to be better. And I actually learned that in kind of have like a little weekly check in with my mentor, it's Johnny, and he told me what I was kind of doing wrong because I had a question, and he kind of helped me out. But yeah, let's kind of get into what went wrong for the day. And I'm a little upset because I had the right bias. I knew exactly what the market was going to do. It was just finding the right entry on when to get in and how to get in. And that's literally it. I know exactly what the market's going to do. It's just how do I get in and catch the move, if that kind of makes any sense. So going back into basically kind of the whole outlook, looking at the 4 hour, from what I saw, as soon as I got on the charts, I saw this massive gap up that happened whenever it was the new day opening gap is what it was. So this was yesterday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. That's when I opened. Massive gap. So in my head, already kind of what I was thinking is I wanted to see price come up, sweep some kind of liquidity, and then come back down. Now for it to come back down to fill the gap, it was 700 points. So I didn't think that was going to happen, but I thought we would at least get to the very bottom of the gap. That was kind of my plan. So price kind of did that exact thing. Where we at 8 o'clock right here, 8 o'clock Central Time, because I'm Central. So that's about 9 o'clock New York time. So as we get closer to New York time here, I'm actually in replay mode, so I can kind of show you what went on and what the whole process was. Price was pushing to exactly where I thought it would push to, towards these kind of high up here. As you can see, as soon as 8:30 open, that's exactly where we were starting to get to. This placement to the upside to kind of take out that previous day high. And I think right here, ES actually ended up sweeping that high. So we had a small SMT. And then as we kind of keep going, I believe it ended up actually taking it out. So what we were kind of thinking in the Discord, because I followed a trade, was that price was going to come back into this little 5-minute important fair value gap, and we were going to kind of take it from here to there was actually a previous week high, which was right there. So the plan was to take this up to here, right? And we actually didn't get in right there just because of how price was kind of consolidating. I mean, as you can see, like this price action is literally terrible. I mean, the 5-minute looks super, super sloppy. So we didn't take anything here yet, but we wanted to have extra confirmation on what we wanted to do in order to kind of, get back up to here. And essentially waited for price to come into this 5-minute gap, drop down to the 1 minute. And like I said, we wanted extra confirmation. So what we did is as soon as price shot up from the 5-minute gap, price actually left an inversion fair value gap. And what we did here was we got in on the inverse fair value gap. I had my stop right here. Mentor had it about right here because he was like, obviously, if it comes down here, it's going to come sweep that low. I had my stop right here, and we were targeting basically the buy side liquidity. Price actually just kind of consolidated right here for the next few candles. So right there, I was in. Price kind of consolidated. I was like, okay, we're good. We started getting a little bit of push, and then we started getting massive candles, and it was just fucking playing with us. And then I think I had got out a little right here, because once he said, well, obviously if it comes and sweeps this, we're gonna come sweep this. So I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So I cut my loss early right here, kind of called it a day there. Didn't take a trade for the rest of the PM session, and what actually ended up happening was, what happened? It's my thing. It's weird. Just want to refresh this. Boo. Let me go back in the replay. You kind of already see what happened, but essentially got kind of stopped out. Didn't really touch it after that. What time was it? So this was 9:45. So it already swept that high. So that was already my first kind of possibility, was to sweep that high and come back down to the lows, because obviously taking longs wasn't the move after kind of getting stopped out there. So for me, this right here was the 15-minute CISD, because we have a high, here's the low, price closed below this 15-minute CISD. So I was basically watching the whole 15-minute chart for the rest of the day to kind of get entry, because down here we had London lows and then Asia session lows down here. So this was kind of my overall target, was to at least get right here and basically try to find an entry to get down there. So as you can see, the next 15-minute candles actually, I mean, look at that. If that doesn't tell you it wants to go to the downside, I mean, literally what does? So literally, sorry, I'm saying that word a lot, but I'm just trying to emphasize the importance of, I mean, we want it to kind of go down. So basically right here, it actually ended up leaving a gap, and this was my plan of attack to get a move towards the downside. Now, it took a very long time for us to actually kind of get entry here, because as you can see, price just kind of slowly started to grind down towards my drawn liquidity, which I was very upset because I thought I was going to get left. And then we kind of came into lunchtime right here, which for those of you who don't know, lunchtime in New York is 12 to 1, which is 11 to 12 our time. So we got into lunchtime. So I was kind of hoping during lunch or at the beginning of the PM session, we would kind of come back in here and then ultimately draw down here. And I was kind of starting to get what I wanted. ES actually ended up taking the London low here. So there was a slight bearish SMT. One thing I did miss that a lot of people on the Discord caught that I didn't, just because I was so focused on this move, was that there was actually a 5-minute fair value gap right here on the 1 hour. And for those of you, I'm pretty sure I've explained time frame alignment. 1 hour drop down to the 5-minute, you get a 5-minute CSID, and that's a trade that you can take. So I was so focused on the 15-minute that there's actually a 1 hour bullish fair value gap that I could have took a 5-minute CISD to go up to that 15-minute gap. So now I'm documenting all these trades for me to kind of go back and look, because I have a hard time that once I zone in and focus on one trade, I don't pay attention to everything else that's kind of going around me, which is kind of a little bit of a flaw. So as you can see right here, 5-minute CSID, swept liquidity, has a bullish fair value gap. Really, I could have got in right here, stopped below the low, and took it up to this 15-minute. And I mean, it ended up kind of actually playing out, because it even came in and tapped that 5-minute fair value gap, and then it ended up playing out. Right, let's go. It's kind of doing its thing, and boom, ended up hitting kind of TP here to the 15-minute fair value gap, which is my overall, target to come back down a little bit lower. And I could have took this trade, didn't take this trade. Again, wasn't paying attention. 12 o'clock rolls around. This right here was my main kind of entry point to get in. Now, one thing that I just learned that really kind of blew my mind, and this really kind of hurt me today, was that if we drop down to the 1 minute and the 15 minute, so we're 12:20. I basically, what I was looking for is a 1 minute CSID out of this 15-minute gap. Now, I just learned that there's such thing as a fake CISD. And what a fake CSID is, so this, for me, I took this because I was like, okay, this is a CS or CISD. Took it right here, right, stop below here, target the low, which was actually down here. Target the low. I mean, this was going to be an absolutely banger trade. 16 risk to reward ratio. I mean, could you believe that if I would have caught that? 16 risk to reward ratio. But it's kind of one of those things that I was just emphasizing that. Where are we at? 12:23. Go back down to the 15-minute. Exactly what happened was the 15-minute candle was about to close. If this closed bearish, this would have been a valid CISD right here. If this 15-minute candle closed bull or closed bearish, this would have been a valid. This would have been a valid 1 minute CISD. But look, exactly what happened right after. Shot right back up. And what did that do to the 15-minute candle? Oh, it's not going to show it because it's not going to show it in replay. But it actually turned the 15-minute candle back bullish, and that's what made it a fake CISD, was because it turned the 15-minute candle back bullish, so it was not a valid CISD. And so I actually ended up getting stopped out right here, lost another $200. I think I lost $300 in the first trade, and so that was my $500. And we're coming back on the candle closure, 12:25, and then right after that, we get the real CISD because it pushes back up, sweeps this liquidity, and then comes back down, right? This is our CISD right here. Pushes down, what is this, 12:30, right? 12:30, and then that's where we get this bearish candle, and that makes it a valid CISD and not a fake CISD, which is, I mean, that kind of plays into what I was saying, I think, on the first day, that really kind of opened my eyes onto, if it's bullish, you really, shouldn't be paying attention to that CISD. And yeah, basically, you really need to pay attention to higher time frame candle closures is what the main objective of what I'm trying to say is. And once we actually got this CISD, I re-entered, which this is where I kind of tilted a little bit because I already took 2 trades for the day and lost. But I knew that this was a trade that I was waiting for, and I mean it was literally a banger trade. I was like, okay, like this is what I want. So CISD came back, tapped this in right here, and again the overall target was this right here. I know he said TP1. We had a 15-minute CRT, which I really don't want to get too much into because it's not really my thing. I use CRT more for confluence on the take profit than like I actually trade it. I'll get more into CRTs, yes, candle range theories, it was called CRTs, if I start to use them more, but I don't. But this was the first overall take profit. I actually was going to lunch when this trade happened, so I kind of got in and set it up and then try to forget about it a little bit. And as that was kind of happening, the trade, I mean, it ended up falling. I mean, I was like, holy shit, like I'm up, you know what I'm saying? I'm up tremendously. And I think as of right here, I was up like $600 on my Top Step account, about $400 on my other account. So I was like, okay, cool, we're up. No way price comes back up here. I'm gonna set my stop loss to break even. So I'm in this trade risk-free because I already lost twice today. I can't afford losing another trade because then I would really be breaking my rules. And set my stop loss to break even. And I was like, okay, we have to start respecting these bearish PD arrays so that way, this trade's valid. Literally, as soon as that happens, disrespects this PD array, closes above it. We start creating inverted fair value gaps. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We started creating inverted fair value gaps that are literally overlapping. And then I'm like, okay, this right here is the last, saving fair value gap. It starts to kind of consolidate. Not consolidate, but it starts to move a little bit in our direction. And we're kind of retesting these PD arrays right here. It's respecting this bullish fair value gap. And I'm like, okay, whatever happens in this trade, I'm completely fine. And I mean, I say that, but obviously I want to make money. And literally, I think we come into the 150 macro right here. And even my mentor Johnny said, he was like, either the macro is gonna fuck us or it's gonna deliver. And you know what the macro did to me? It fucked me. The macro fucked me. All right. And literally, the macro just started flying up here, and literally came into this fair value gap, closed above it, and then just kept going. And you know what it did? Literally, it stopped me out. I think I moved my stop actually right here. This is where I was at. It stopped me out right there, and I was like, oh my god. Lost this trade, and I was like, okay, it's a loser, because it started creating all these bullish PD arrays, all these bullish fair value gaps. I was like, okay, it's a loser. At least I didn't lose money. I'm okay with not losing money, and I was fine. And then I took my little nap after lunch, and took a little 30-minute nap, came back, and you know what happened in those 30 minutes? Look at this shit. You literally cannot make this shit up. It just keeps consolidating, and then you know what price does? Price fucking delivers. Are you seeing this? Are y'all seeing this? Price fucking delivers to TP. Are you like Price literally delivers to TP. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck me. Like, it's just not my day. Like, that's really just kind of what it comes down to. It's literally not my day. And then again, being so zoned in on one time frame, there was actually where is it at? There was actually a bearish fair value gap I was also looking at, but the CISD was so low that I didn't want to take it. But I mean, guys, I know where the market's going. I know where it wants to go. Ultimately, the drawn liquidity for me was this low right here. I was like, I don't think we'll get down to London lows because ES already took that low. But I mean, this was the next drawn liquidity right here, was to at least come back down here and revisit it. And I mean, we have the 1 hour gap, and you know what we have now at the 1 hour gap? We have a 5-minute CISD. And the thing is, I could have at least came back into this, scalped this, took this above this candle. I think it was this right here above this candle high, or somewhere around here. I think the guy had it like right here. And literally look what price does. Price literally still fucking delivers, and I'm just like, okay. I missed 2 trades because I was so zoned in on one time frame and not worrying about the others. And then on top of that, I got stopped at break even on which should have been a winner trade, and not even just any kind of winner trade. I mean, this trade literally was, it was huge. It was a 6.5 R that I missed out because I went break even there. And I'm just like what do I do, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, this stuff happens, and that's why I say it was a rough day in the market, because it was definitely a roller coaster. Okay, I guess, because I didn't fully break my rules. But I am down $500 across the board on all of my accounts. I was $1,200 away from passing the top step account. Fine, as long as I didn't blow the account, as long as I didn't tilt and do all these other things. And yeah, that's kind of the trade breakdown of how NQ slapped me around today like it's a little bitch. And it happens. It really does happen. It just happens to the best of us. And again, I'm still new, so it's the experience that I kind of get from the whole thing, and I'm okay with that. So hopefully tomorrow is a better day, and hopefully I can do better tomorrow and not get slapped around and not have to take 3 trades because of fake CISDs and just kind of this whole spill. On a side note, Apex was actually running a discount, a super discount, where they were doing 90% off. So I picked up 2 more Apex accounts, 50K accounts for like $20 a piece. So now I'm copy trading 7 accounts. And the plan is to get all 7 of those done. Now, I did actually take those losing trades today with those, so I'm actually already in the red on those accounts, but it is what it is. Happens. Like I said again, it's part of trading, part of learning. And I definitely will be rewatching this video a couple times to learn from my mistakes and learn what I did and just get better. That's kind of the goal of everything, is to get better every day and learn from what you did, so that way hopefully you don't make them again. But yeah, I mean that's the video. That's how I got slapped around by NQ today, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, guys, go ahead and subscribe and like. Y'all have a good one.